You've watched 47 Alex Hormozi videos. You know the concepts, but you still don't know where to start. Most founders are stuck here, drowning in advice, executing nothing. What if instead of watching hundreds of videos, you could download everything a creator has said and turn it into a private AI you can ask real questions to? In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you how I've done this with 2 creators and cut my learning curve by 80%. Let's jump right in. So all of this started when I was watching some of Alex Hormozi's videos, and I thought, how cool would it be if I could ask questions back and forth with Alex? And so I actually grabbed a transcript, put in ChatGPT, had questions back and forth, and it was very helpful. But I was wondering, he's done so much content, what if I could build out processes and workflows based off of all of his knowledge? And so that's what started the idea. And what I did was I started researching where to get bulk downloads. So I found a website, it looks like this. And what you can do is you can actually do bulk downloads of transcripts. So I was able to upload the URL for Alex and other creators and get all of their transcripts at once. So it does work pretty slow with Alex because I think he has, 4,000 videos, something crazy. So I pre-did his specifically so you could see what it looks like, but you just grab his URL right here, you throw it into this section, and then I went ahead and you hit on this export button or search, and it looks like this. So it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to search it. I would recommend probably not downloading every single video. What I did was I went ahead and I deselected shorts and medium videos and figured that most of his value is coming from his long form. And then I was really most interested in his most recent. So I selected from his first 100 videos, and this is in order of relevance. So I grabbed those videos and then I went ahead and I changed some of these settings here so that way I could grab as much information as possible. I wanted timestamps, I wanted view count, and I wanted it all in one document. So I just downloaded it like this. I clicked the download button. It shouldn't be all 3,000, so deselect and then select range 1 to 100. So let's change this to deselect and then select. There you go, deselect all and then select range. There you go. So now I have the first 50, and then if I wanted the long-term only. So the selection process here is a little weird, but now I have the first 50 and then long form. So I'm grabbing as much content as I think I need to build out the knowledge base to ask Alex specific questions about how to scale my course-based business, especially since Alex recently just had that $100 million launch of his book. So obviously very impressive, and he probably put a lot of information on his YouTube about it. So then what happens is it'll look like this. I went ahead and completed it and I pre-downloaded it. You can see I did the whole video section too. And so then what I'm gonna do is those are now in my files. So I have 2 creators that we're gonna work with right now, but I wanna start off with Alex. So I'm gonna go to ChatGPT, and you can use any AI system that allows you to make GPTs or folders. In this case, I'm gonna do a folder because I wanna consistently come back and ask Alex information about my business, and I want him to kind of remember that. So I typically use ChatGPT for kind of information, check sheets, things like that, or Claude for more script writing. So depending on what you're doing here. Now I'm just gonna create a new project right now, and I'm gonna call it Alex. So one of the nice things about this is all publicly available information. So he's published this for you to use. So you have no problem actually taking it. And I'm gonna go ahead and upload the file. So I'll show you what this actually looks like too. So this is the file. It might take a minute. It is fairly large. It might even be slightly too large, but on the TXT, this is what it looks like. So it's just grabbing all of the transcripts, and it's quite a lot. So with longer context windows like this, sometimes Claude is a better option, but they did just update ChatGPT, so hopefully it can handle it. So it's loading there, perfect. And then we wanna add instructions. So under here on ChatGPT, you can add project settings, add instructions. So I'm gonna actually talk to this and tell it what I'm looking for. Okay, so you're going to be an AI agent posing as Alex Hormozi, and you're gonna talk as if you were Alex, and you're gonna give critical business advice specifically curated to Founder Systems AI, the course and community I own, on how to help and build in more leads and grow it through outbound marketing. So I'm gonna grab this transcript. I personally love ChatGPT specifically because it allows you to do the transcripts. I'm gonna say, turn this into a prompt. All right, so I'm just gonna say, turn this into instructions. I'm gonna have it create its own instructions. So now it's doing some research. It's gonna build out the instructions for me, and then I'm gonna throw that into the video. Okay, so it created the instructions for me. So now I'm gonna go back into my folder, which is called Alex, and I'm gonna go ahead and add these into my folder, which is very similar to GPT. The difference is it's more for conversations back and forth versus asking the exact same thing every single time. So with the GPT, it's more of a kind of saved prompt, whereas a folder is more of like a collection of information that's growing as you grow. So now we can have a conversation with Alex, and I haven't tried this yet, but let's see how it works. So, hey Alex, how you doing today? I was wondering if you could help me. I have a course called Founder Systems AI, and I'm looking to grow it through marketing, and I was wondering what your best advice was to get started.
All right, let's dive straight in, founder to founder style. If we're talking about growing Founder Systems AI through marketing, especially outbound, we're gonna keep it practical and no nonsense. First things first, define your ideal customer profile crystal clear. You wanna know exactly which founders you're targeting. Are they bootstrapped? Are they tech savvy? Are they struggling with scaling operations? Nail that down because your messaging is gonna be laser focused on that. Next up, volume-based outreach. This is all about the math. You're not gonna land leads if you're not sending a lot of targeted messages, but these messages have to speak directly to the pain points. Hey, you're a founder drowning in SOP chaos, here's how we get you out. Also, use proof and leverage. Show them results. Show them what other founders have achieved using your system. Make it clear and tangible. And don't be afraid to call it inefficiencies. If they're doing things the hard way, tell them that. Be blunt. Look, you're leaving money on the table by not systemizing. Finally, set up a simple sales funnel and follow-up system. Make sure every lead goes into a predictable pipeline. Track how quickly you're converting them and double down on what works. That's how you scale. Keep it fast, keep it measurable, and keep it no fluff.
Awesome, that's really helpful. Would you recommend running ads? Should I do email marketing? What have you seen work best on informational products?
Absolutely, let's break it down. For something like an informational product, you wanna pick the channels that give you the most leverage with the least friction. Now, running ads can work well, but you need to dial in your targeting and your messaging. You're not just blasting ads out to everyone, you're going after that very specific founder segment that's gonna resonate with the pain points you're addressing. It can be Facebook, LinkedIn, or even YouTube ads if you're comfortable on video, but always tie it back to a clear call to action. Now, email marketing is your long game, and it's gold if you do it right. Build a list, nurture that list with genuinely valuable content, and then introduce your offer. If you've got proof and testimonials, weave those in so people see the real world impact. Bottom line, both can work, but it's about having a system. Ads bring them in the door, email nurtures them, and your follow-up process converts them. Keep it all measurable, keep iterating on what works, and you'll see what gives you the best ROI.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so that worked. And the best thing here is what I found is as I build out these processes and I have these conversations, first off, it's like being in the room with Alex. I actually went to the conference, acquisition.com, and I wasn't able to really get in the room with Alex or have a direct question with him. And so while I still learned a lot, I would have loved to have the opportunity to have a back and forth. And that's what he charges $100,000 plus to do. And while this isn't gonna be quite as good, it's gonna be really, really strong. And you can work through it with, what I like to do is actually get check sheets. So give me a checklist for X. And that's actually what I did with a different creator. So let me pull that up real quick. So I'm trying to master YouTube. So I found Callaway, who's really good at YouTube, and I did the exact same thing. He has less videos, so I really easily downloaded everything, and then I just had conversations back and forth. But even more important, every time I set up a video, I have a question with him. So I talk back and forth. How do you like this title? Am I getting this right? Build me a check sheet for pre-video. Give me a check sheet for post-video. Give me a check sheet for my hook. So all of these little pieces I got basically for free. And instead of watching 66 videos, which I watched a lot of them, and same thing with Alex, I watched a lot of his videos, but it's hours and hours of content. And the biggest thing is, and Alex says this, is just getting started. So I can't just sit here and binge watch videos. I have to actually just do the thing. And so by creating this AI assistant that's gonna help me build check sheets and have questions and check my quality of my work, and then I could even tell this, hey, can you be a little mean if I'm off topic or if I'm not doing something right? So my AI for my video content really kicks back when I'm off topic. So if I'm not talking to my ideal audience. So this is the power of working with transcripts and really building these AI assistants based on your favorite creators. So same thing as I had that conversation with Alex, I can also use the chat interface and I'm gonna ask it, and these are all things I've never asked before. I want a checklist on how to grow my school community through top of funnel. So now it's gonna build out this checklist. And again, the value here is you get to have a conversation about your specific business and you get to get really clear information on where you should start. versus generic information for everyone. You get to start telling it who you are and how to your business. And so you're educating the AI with this brain that is Alex Hormozi. The difference between founders who scale and founders who are stuck is simple. One builds systems, the other just watches videos. If you're ready to stop consuming and start executing, I put together the exact frameworks, lead gen systems, and operational playbooks you need inside Founder Systems AI. Join the community and get access to the full course below, where we build the systems that you need to make your business run without you.